God's ways are entirely different. Unless we walk with Him, we cannot realize that. Walking in the way of God is not something so easy. Matthew 7:13 says, "Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it." The next verse says, "But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it." We all know the journey through the narrow road is not a pleasant thing. Sometimes the roads are unpaved and covered with gravel or rocks, and it would be uncomfortable walking upon the rocky surface. Sometimes it may require too much of sacrifice. It may test our patience. Sometimes we may have to take a detour. According to the Bible, narrow path represents the difficulties, trials, tribulations, afflictions that we have to face for the sake of the kingdom of God. All through the Bible, none of the people of God had to skip it. It is inevitable. Every saint of God had to journey through hard and difficult path. They had to go through dark valleys and rough terrains. Many times they were exhausted. Even in the life of Elijah, he was the great prophet. He was the one who brought down fire from heaven. He was the one who overthrew the false prophets of Baal. Such a wonderful prophet of God had to run alone and laid himself under a broom tree. He was so tired and exhausted, filled with fear and lust. But the hand of God never departed from him. Once again, God comforted him and strengthened him and caused him to go further to fulfill the purpose of God in his life on this earth. Dear child of God, when you choose to walk on the narrow road, when you choose to live for God, when you commit yourself to walk in His ways, though that would be difficult to walk on, though that is filled with ups and downs, though that way is rough and filled with hindrances and darkness, though that seem to be delaying your blessing, you do not have to be dismayed or afraid, because it is not you who walk alone on it. It is your Maker who leads you through. And as you walk on with Him, you can see things changing in your life. You can see progress in your life. Eventually, you can see yourself as a finished product created for the glory of God. Be blessed.